Hey, happy Wednesday, guys. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Meet the Shoe podcast. I'm Sade.
I'm Nina. What's good? Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe.
Yes.
Like, share, subscribe. And Sade do what? What they gotta do?
Support our
Something.
sponsors. You already know, guys. Y'all, hey, help us out now.
Okay. And hit that notification button when y'all want to catch up with us when we live. Okay.
Exactly.
Every time we drop, at least, right?
For sure.
Mhm.
So today, Danina, last week or so?
Yeah.
They talked about a guy
Hmm.
that's in prison. Now,
Right.
this man is serving already
Hmm.
four consecutive, four
Four. So he
murders.
can kill. Okay. So explain the difference between consecutive and concurrent.
Okay, consecutive
It's
is
separate, right?
your sentences are being box card. So say you have count
Mhm.
one is probably 10 years, count
Okay.
two will be 10 years, count three will be 10 years.
Mhm.
So count one, you'll serve those 10 years
Mhm.
first till till you get to your supervised release date,
Mhm.
and then the other 10 years will start over. So that's consecutive. Yes.
Mm.
Oh yeah. I've seen people with sentences like that. Consecutive.
Okay.
Concurrent is those same 10-year, 10-year sentences
Mhm.
all are together. So you serve the 10 years for all three and be
Okay.
out them 10 years with whatever good time that's available. Okay.
Okay. Mhm.
The reason why he got this consecutive sentence because his
Mhm.
name is David Brinson. He's 54 years old,
Okay.
serving four consecutive life terms without the possibility of parole. He was
Okay.
not getting out. He killed four men
Mhm.
during a robbery in Los Angeles apartment in
Mhm.
1990. So I don't
Okay.
know if he went into the apartment and robbed them or they were coming. I don't most I don't want to say what the crime was, but most likely he went and robbed somebody in their apartments. In
Okay.
their
What was his name again?
David Brinson,
Okay.
4
Okay.
years
Yeah.
old. So the
Mhm.
California Department of Corrections, allow conjugal visits.
Yep.
Anyone can have a conjugal visit, which they don't call them conjugal visits. That was what 30 years ago when they, called them conjugal visits. And more
Right.
states had conjugal visits. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So the states that do have conjugal visits is New York, wait a minute, California, New York, Connecticut, and Washington.
Okay. So all
And,
four of those states still
uh-huh,
have them. They
they
still hold
still
them.
have,
And
and it's
this is
called
for state
extended.
only.
It's called extended visits. They don't call
Okay,
it
but this is just for state only.
only state. Federal does not have this at all.
Right. And another thing I found out as well is that they're apartment style, condo style living
Right.
during the time. So when a person will go there, they have to send a lit they send their wife, husband a list.
Mm-hmm.
They say what can be allowed and what can't.
Mm-hmm.
You have to send your garments or items 24 hours ahead of time,
Right.
what you're going to use and have during the visit. What's
Mm-hmm.
approved and not approved, you more than likely know because it is usually these are people that's been married for some time. Some men
Right.
are lucky, like this guy was, to get a wife while they're,
Being incarcerated.
incarcerated, right? And
Mm-hmm.
so anybody that's, listening, that, the people that's listening, they would
Mm-hmm.
know that if you're even considering something like this, what Sade just explained is that this man, he killed four people. Keep that in mind. When if what we're not telling you not to deal with someone that's locked up, and which I wouldn't suggest that for nobody, right?
Right.
But even being as though I've been there before, I wouldn't suggest that. But if
Neither. I
you
would.
are,
Because you usually go by people crime. You be like, okay, either if they're chomo or a murderer, you're not gonna be around them, especially if it's a murder that there was kind of a lot of times you read people cases, you know what I'm saying? It's all on the internet. So
You
you read,
married someone that was a murderer of
right.
4, not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's a lot.
You have to
That's a whole lot.
have a minor discernment
Yeah.
when it comes to people nowadays. Even
Yeah.
in back in the day, you would think, because I would see people and I'm like, okay, she molested a child. What did she do? Or you know what I'm saying? And then I read into it. I said, oh, that's a person I don't want to be around.
Exactly.
I don't want my children around. You know. And
Mm-hmm.
for this lady, they call her Stevie. She was a hairstylist, a business owner.
Mm-hmm.
She was a
Mm-hmm.
well-known person in LA,
Yeah.
and very nice and kind-hearted.
Mm-hmm.
And for her, we feel so bad she went through that.
Yeah,
Um,
she was a 62-year-old woman.
and she did not look 62.
No, she looked good.
She looked really good. Her hair was gray, but she had it really nice, full, thick, long hair. Um, yeah, so they had their visit in California. I think they were on a 30 or 40-hour visit.
Mm-hmm.
And the officers, he called the officers at 2:51 a.m. saying his wife fainted. She fell out. And the officers came to try to resuscitate her, and they pronounced her dead. Uh, yeah, it's sad, but far as they're saying autopsies, they said it was a homicide.
They're saying it was a homicide. Now take a listen to this audio of at the prison. It says prison safety concern, right?
Mm-hmm.
3 investigates Lizzie Mitri spoke exclusively with that woman's family.
Curtis, this family saw our investigation last week after the murder of 62-year-old Stephanie Dowles, and they said they felt compelled to come forward with their story.
Mm.
We were born and raised in San Francisco. We were raised by our grandparents. And this is just a little collage of her life.
Janine Rojo and her cousin weren't just close in age.
We've literally been together since birth.
They did everything together until July 1st when everything changed.
It's just tragic what happened.
Her cousin, a single mother of 1, died.
Tanya Vanessa Corpus Thomas, she was 47 years old.
She says Thomas spent more than half her life battling lupus, but the family learned the disease is not what killed her.
For her to be taken away this way, it's gut-wrenching.
The Amador County District Attorney tells KCRA3 investigates Thomas's husband, 48-year-old Anthony Curry, is charged with her murder.
Okay, wait. That's sorry. They have them looped in together, right? But that's another person that was on a conjugal visit, right?
Yep, they said it was
huh?
That's the first one.
Yeah, there was this is the first one. So they say that the one that you just named is the second one at the same place. Because the story is they're talking about Stephanie, right?
Yep, Stephanie, the one that just passed away.
Yeah, and then the one before it was the lady that was just talking.
Wow.
But it's at the same prison. Because remember when you were looking up, you couldn't find much about it.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're not. I don't want to say that they're hiding, but they have some answers. There's all of us in the world that has all these questions of how would you be under the supervision of the police that you just was telling us that you're dead and he's calling at 2:00 in the morning. So could it be, do you think that it could be where they over sexualized and maybe they were role playing? And
I'm thinking that probably could be the case. Some people like to get choked sexual in the sex act and stuff. So I don't know, but that could be a possibility too.
Okay. Here's my thing. Here's my take on it, right? I feel like by this being, 2 people, right, dying in this situation, conjugal visits, right, due to choke and strangulation, right? They said that's one of the things that is very hard to prove.
Right.
If there's no, like,
Really
marks,
bad. Yeah.
no, if there's nothing on you that says, hey, you strangled me, you choked me, you hurt me, right? You just find a body, and a lifeless body, you naturally think, because that's what the family thought, that it was natural causes, right?
Wow.
Then the fact of, like you said, he killed 4 people previously. So
Right. In
you would
1990. But you know what, Danina? I don't know. What if he didn't strangle this girl? It's the system is so shady.
Yeah,
So shady.
I think so.
Cause I don't know.
I'm just trying to figure out why they're not answering the family, right?
The California DOC.
Yeah, they're
Right.
not answering the family. Like, the family has a very that the other family too, like you said, she's a beautician.
Right.
So there's a bunch of friends, there's the
Mhm.
community that's
Yeah.
they want answers of why.
Why?
She,
Why it happened?
what happened. And then
Mhm.
here's my take on this. Not shooting her down, nothing like that. As a popular woman,
Mhm.
nice looking woman, um, I don't understand how you went to a prison to find a relationship. I
Okay.
don't get that. I'm not marrying nobody that's locked up.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it. I'm not going in the penitentiary to
Well,
be married to nobody. It's never that serious.
it's that serious to a lot of people, not to shade her. It's serious to, like, I've seen a lot of women
I have too.
cry
That's what I'm
and
saying.
talk to men in prison or abroad. I'm like, there's no men in your state, in your town, or something that you can talk to and communicate with.
No.
It's a woman that married in another country, a 21-year-old. You 54 years old. You go and marry a 21, 22, no, yeah, 21-year-old, and think this man. I don't know whether your psychological brain think this man is gonna be with you. You live here in the States still, and he's still out in the other country. He don't want to leave the country. You know what I'm saying? So I guess you're gonna build a house and all that stuff, thinking you're gonna be a part of his life. He's gonna be with a younger woman like him. He is young. He's just using you for your money at the time. He's a child. He's 21. Come on now. All them Jamaican girls up in there, whatever. You think you his prize and joy?
Wow.
I
That's what
don't.
I'm saying. I feel like from how I'm looking at it, it's like nobody's been charged, right?
He hasn't been
And
charged
it just
yet.
looks as a cover up because nobody's been charged.
No, he's not charged yet. But you know what? Who's to say she didn't? She probably been knew this guy. You
You
know what I'm
think that
saying?
she knew him prior to the
Probably knew him prior
penitentiary?
to the penitentiary. You know what I'm
Because how
saying?
old was he? He's on death row.
54. No, he's not on death row, but he's life without parole.
Life without parole. Wait, who was
Mhm.
on?
And she was the type of person. She said they did Bible study together. They read the Bible all the time over the phone calls and stuff like that. And he was enrolled in school in prison. So
Okay, and then I misspoke because it says right here the CDRC website shows that inmates cannot have conjugal visits if they are on death row.
right, if they
Because
on
of
death
sex
row, you can't have it.
offenses
Right.
or through going through the reciprocation of process upon approval to a prison or under disciplinary restrictions. It makes no mention of the convictions for violent crimes. So that's saying that to say you don't necessarily know unless you dig deep, right? On
Right.
Unless you really dig on what this person actually did.
Right. Right. Well, and then even if she did know him prior, I mean that could probably be something different, You know, you like, okay, that was my high school, or I knew him from this person, and you know what I'm saying, I'm just keep him company and we talking, and then all of a sudden it blossoms into something else. That happens.
Right. That's see, and they have to they do a lot of prior to an outsider coming into the prison, they do a lot of 24 hours before, they do a lot of prepping for the
Yes.
outside world to come into the penitentiary, right?
Mm-hmm.
I just think that the family deserves answers. Any one of us that if we was to be in a situation where our family don't know what's going on, that we're always gonna be, it's
Right.
always gonna be some shit, okay? And I think that by them not answering the family, by not letting because the family's suing.
Oh, they're suing the FDLC.
Oh yeah, they're trying to they're holding the
Yeah, but you know what? I don't think they would get anything out of it, because there's certain paperwork that she has to sign to be able to visit and be conjugal visits or any kind of long-term family visits. You know what I'm saying? That she signed. You know, because I remember, you know, when the kids come, they have extended visits, and you have to sign paperwork, and that's there it's a laws and regulations set up in the prison system for those visits. So the only I don't know who they can sue. I mean, I don't know if they're gonna win, because you know what environment you walking into. Number one.
I mean, I don't know.
I don't think so.
I want to say I don't know if I know the environment, right? Because I'm thinking I'm gonna be safe. I'm thinking I'm fulfilled with the police, so I'm cool, right? I'm gonna be good. I'm under the best safety there is because the police is right here. You're not gonna do nothing to me because the police is right here. I'm just saying the mentality of the average woman. Like you said, you know plenty of women that seek the men that are in there. They send their information to the jail websites, right?
Oh yeah.
They go up and down the JPEG to pick a man, right? The men, there's women that do that all day long. Retired women, lonely women, they're looking for somebody that to be a caregiver too, because they might be tired of taking care of their dogs. Their kids are all grown, or their kids just ain't fooling with them. They don't have nothing going on in their life, so they look for somebody that's needs them.
Yeah.
These are the reality that, what did they say? A person will live to be 100 if they are loved.
Yeah.
As soon as there's no love on a person,
you
die. A hug. What they say? You need to generate life. You're supposed to get 10 hugs a day. They don't all have to be sexual.
Yeah.
You gotta smile 20 times a day
and be happy. Yeah. Laugh.
People don't know when they say, what is it? It takes 1,000 arteries, or you know, things, muscles to form a frown.
Yeah.
And it only takes 2. 1, 2 for a smile.
Yep. I know, right?
And you notice that when you laugh, your inside feels
it feels so good.
As soon as you start stressing, this heart, this right here, it builds up.
Hard.
Your head hurts.
Yep.
Your body weak.
Yeah.
Especially when you get older, you get hot flashes. When you get mad, do you get hot flashes?
I get a headache. I get a headache, and then I'll be ready to go to sleep. And I'm tired.
Shake it off, Shade. Shake it off.
Girl, look, we ain't got time to be sad around here.
Right. Ain't nothing to be sad about, okay?
Oh, ma'am.
So I was looking for this other article that I sent you. Thanks, y'all. Thanks for tuning in every week. We appreciate y'all.
We appreciate
Trying
y'all.
to get our subscribers. We're at what right now? We're at 5,500.
Oh, 5,500 subscribers.
5,500. Hey,
Oh,
yes, we are.
Yes.
And we are so appreciative, and we so
Right.
appreciate y'all for tuning in.
Yes.
And we just try to bring something different every week, right? Yeah, as y'all notice, we're on here every day. We try to drop something every day. We definitely gonna be here on Wednesday. We definitely gonna be here on Fridays, and we definitely gonna be here on Mondays. But we try to sprinkle more in, you know.
Yes.
It takes a lot. Me and Sade is very busy, but we get it done for y'all. So there was a representative this morning talking about the fact that Trump was making his statement of making America great again, right? And how she described it was Trump was born in 1940.
Okay.
And he was raised during the time of segregation, right?
Yeah.
He was charged with discriminating against Black people in his property, those in which he took over his grandfather's property. That's how he got into real estate, right?
Right.
He learned the game early, right? It was introduced to him back then. He discriminated against them. Then he flipped. He started liking Black people and hiring Black people, even dating Black people, right? So what she was asking in front of Congress was telling them that they can't reverse nothing that's already been done.
Right. That
Trump is for segregating because he benefited off of segregation. And the world, she was asking, when was the world great? Nobody knew. Yeah. I just thought that was funny to bring that to y'all's awareness that nobody knew. Nobody knew. Not even the white people was even like, when was it great? Right. Even for us, as you know, them being white, that she couldn't understand. And it was funny that nobody at the whole meeting could understand why he was saying that. Make America great again. We want to know what's great. Where was the greatness at? What are you talking about? Be specific. Just like we want you to be specific of where's the waste. I want to know where all the waste is as far as the taxpayers' dollars. Be specific. Break it down to me like I'm 3 years old. Exactly. I would like to know that. Our taxpayer dollars, where is it going as waste? Because I know it's not wasteful for Social Security because we're paying big time into Social Security to grab that money back when we retire, okay? So that's why y'all busy wanting us to want to raise the retirement age past 65 so you can work our tongues out again and get more money from us. So yeah, I didn't understand that. I really didn't understand what I'm glad that she brought that to the forefront, right? Maybe somebody might answer. No one answered. They'll answer behind closed doors. Yeah. They'll answer behind closed doors. Yeah, I was looking for it on here. I keep trying to find it. You see, that's what I'm saying. They only show us what they want. Right. That's media. They always been like that. They show you what you want to hear and give you little snippets so you can assume the rest. You know, and assumptions is not good. We need facts. We need the whole truth, the whole scenario. But when you give us not enough information, that's deception. We don't need to be definitely is. We don't need to be deceived anymore. We need the truth. We need it all laid out flat. Just go ahead, tell us. You know what I'm saying? And then we'll go from there. I was looking also for it's down. So TMZ sent a notice that they want everyone delete, what's it called?
Oh yeah, we're gonna talk about that. I was gonna talk about
anyone,
that tomorrow. But yeah.
anyone who shared their DNA with 23andMe needs their data from genetic information service before the company is sold. The highest bidder, so says a tech columnist, surrounding the alarm on the future consequences. What does that mean?
Well, to go in depth, more depth about it, because I was researching it. 23andMe is a company that did the genetic testing for everyone that they wanted to find out where their genealogy was from, where it stemmed from, what percentage you're Nigerian, Congolese, Philippine, or different, and link you with other people that might be related to you through that app.
Okay.
So 23andMe filed bankruptcy, Chapter 11. So Chapter 11 meaning maybe they could sell the company to someone else and they take over. So the thing is, why are we selling our, they're going to sell our information to that company. So the people that are signed up because they have a log on and they log into their account need to delete their login from 23andMe before they merge or sell to someone else, because that information could be detrimental to you as a person as far as your identity. Anything could be stolen because it's your DNA. And I thought through it even more. I said, okay, the DNA, some people's like, well, they don't have your social security number, but DNA could be dangerous, especially if a company use it for criminal things. That's what I was thinking. Or
he said, the tech guy said that it's worse. It's worse than your social security number being passed around.
Yeah. People take blood samples, your DNA sample, you know what I'm saying? You are you, and you can't genetically modify none of that. You know what I'm saying? So if you criminally use my DNA into a crime scene or do something, you know what I'm saying, that could be very dangerous. Or using it for later on saying, okay, I can use this. We know your DNA, a health department, health partners, whatever. You see your DNA and say, oh, we don't want to insure you because we know you're going to have heart disease in 20 years.
Right.
They got your DNA. Or you're going to have lupus or any other disease in 20 years. So we don't even, 10 years, we don't even want to insure you. Or if we insure you, we're going to triple charge you very much so for life insurance. You know what I'm saying? Or health insurance. So it's guys, delete your information up out of 23andMe because they're gone down.
I think that after they help you do something anyway, I would assume that they would just delete your information anyway, or re-forward it back to you, and you keep hold of your own information.
No, they still have. I mean, data is data. You can't get rid of it. They're gonna have it.
Yeah, but I'm saying, why wouldn't they send you back your file?
They do send. They send back the file. They send everything to you. You can update it, look at it, and other people add on to your family tree, because Kiara did it. It have all our family in it, so you can add on into it and all that stuff. And I'm like, yeah, get rid of it, honey.
Now, when she did it, what did she do it for?
To find out if anybody linked to us. Like, she found out who my great grandparents were on grandma's side, and then she see some Nigerian side that might be on it, but they're on another app, which is a Nigerian genealogy, African genealogy program, company. So they're into that. But she had a picture of them and they white. My great grandfather white, and they had a picture of his wife. His wife was white, but then had my great grandma, which is black. So I was like, oh, he must have been her slave master.
That's usually how it goes.
He had a bunch of kids.
That's usually exactly how it goes. Because we definitely got some white in us. Yeah. I mean, I think every black person on this earth has white in them, you know? And that's the
what's striking to me, Lena? Remember you sent me this, and the man said, why before the civil rights there was only black and white people? Where was the Asians and the Mexicans? And I had to think about that. I said, wait a minute. We was the only ones on the slave ship coming over here or already here. It was black and white. That's it, and that's all. No, that's all people talked about. So where was everybody else? They was all in their own continent, I guess, doing what they do.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing everything was probably too far. Yeah. Transportation probably wasn't a must. That's what it was. Transportation. All they was doing was horse and buggy.
Exactly.
Nobody getting on the ships. You know what I'm saying? Right. And the white folks wasn't thinking about going over there unless it was a Spaniard ship coming over. They grabbed us with slaves too, though. So yeah.
Right.
But in the United States, that's all that was here. So the natives had to be black natives.
You know they was. But what do? I always try to diminish us. I always try to count us out. We still sprout out and rise up, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Well, that's it, y'all. Make sure y'all tune in tomorrow and Friday. And Friday, we are going to do a series. We'll tell you about that series Friday, but be aware for the next 2 weeks, we will be talking about indictments, RICO cases, the whole 9 yards. With this right here can get you in trouble. What they say? Don't run this like diarrhea.
Run your mouth like water.
Exactly. And don't let this overload your butt, right?
Okay.
Because what does it do? Get you locked up.
Yep, they sure do.
Thank you for tuning in.
Guys,
tell a friend, and subscribe.